Hello students, this is Poonam teacher back with a new video of general science. In the last video, I have taught you the structure of the plant cell and the animal cell. We have also discussed about cell wall and the cell membrane, and here we are supposed to discuss the structure of the cell wall. So here is the structure of the cell wall. Here you can see that this is the primary cell wall like this, and as I've taught you into the last video that the cell wall is made up of the carbohydrate like cellulose and pectin. So here you can find the pectin, hemicellulose and the cellulose macrofibers like this. Then there are also the presence of proteins into the plasma membrane. Okay, and you can see the structure of the plasma membrane over here. See, these protein molecules are embedded into the layers of phospholipids, or these are also known as the lipid layers. So this you can see that these are the layers of phospholipids. I taught you that there is a presence of phosphate group into the fatty acid derivative, and that is known as the phospholipid. So these are the layers of the phospholipids, and in between there is going to be the protein molecules which are going to be embedded. And then this is how the plasma membrane will be there, and around the plasma membrane the cell wall will be there, and that will be present only into the plant cell and not into the animal cell. Animal cell will have only plasma membrane or cell membrane. Now let's move forward and discuss the activities that consume cellular energy. So endocytosis and exocytosis we already discussed into the last video. Let's have a revision of this. So endocytosis, what happens into this process? The food will be taken inside, or other substances will taken inside into the cell from outer environment, and exocytosis to excrete the waste materials from the cell into the outer environment. So that means to excrete waste materials, or to throw out or to remove the waste material out of the cell. Then processes that don't consume cellular energy. So here we saw that endocytosis and exocytosis are the processes or the activities that consume cellular energy, but this two processes, that is diffusion and osmosis, will not require any kind of cellular energy. So what is diffusion? Diffusion is entry or exit of small molecules like oxygen and carbon dioxide. Then osmosis is going to be the traveling of water from a part with more water to a part with less water. That means the region where there is going to be more water, from there the water will travel to the part where there is going to be less water. So this is also going to be through a selectively permeable membrane. That means there is going to be a filter, like there is going to be filtration like process. That means selected things will only move forward. So this is known as osmosis, and it is a physical process with three possibilities, that is hypertonic, isotonic and hypotonic. So let's see how it happens. See, in isotonic medium, outside and inside the cell has same proportion of water, doesn't go in or out. Water doesn't go in or out. That means in this solution, whatever the proportion of the water will be there, that is going to be similar inside the cell also and outside the cell also. So there is going to be a balance of water. The water is going to be of same proportion outside the cell and inside the cell. So nothing will come in or nothing will go out. So this is the meaning of isotonic solution. Now in hypotonic, what will happen? The cell will have less water than the outside medium. So what will happen? The outside water will try to enter into the cell. So this is going to be also known as endomosis or hypotonic solution. For example, if raisins are kept in water, after some time they swell and become turgid. Why? Because in raisin the water is going to be less, and in the outer environment the water is going to be more. So water will try to enter inside the raisins, and because of that the raisins will swell. So this is hypotonic solution, or it is also known as endomosis. If it talks about hypertonic solution, the cell has more water than the outside medium, so water comes out of the cell. So in this what happens, the proportion of water will be more inside the cell than the outer environment. So the water from the cell will try to move out from the cell and will go into the outer environment. For example, if fruit pieces are kept in thick saturated sugar solution, the water from fruit pieces enter the sugar solution. That means if the fruit pieces are cut and if these are kept into the sugar solution, what will happen? some of the water, as the fruit pieces will contain more water, the water will escape from the fruit pieces and will enter into the sugar solution. So the fruit pieces shrink after a while. If plant cell or animal cell is kept in hypertonic solution, water comes out of the cell by the process of exomosis, and there is contraction of cytoplasm. Cytoplasm, I taught you, it is that part of the cell in which all the cell organelles are embedded. So this process is called as plasmolysis. Thank you.